Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a page in The Wild Soul by Grazia Salvo. And I picked out the picture with the dog. So I'm going to try to do a puppy along with the gal here, and kind of learned my lesson when I was doing the other skin tone over here that we're going to work on her with pastels first, then go in with pencil possibly. It all depends on how this works out. So I have my pen pastels sitting on the side here. They are the skin tone 6 colors plus the blending color here. So we're going to see how we do here. Going to make sure we get the blender in here. This looks darker on this tip than it is. There's no color on it. I wiped it off, but it probably has a little color left in it. So we're just going to put some colorless blender on our lightest pink tone here and put down some color on her. So how are you all doing? I hope you're all well. So the color I am using, if I can figure this out without spilling powder all over the place, is red iron oxide tint. On the palette, it's this one over here. So I'm just dipping it in to the colorless blender and slightly putting it on. You can always darken this up. You can put it on really dark if you want to, because you can erase it. As long as you haven't put a fixative on it, you can do all sorts of things. A little easier than pencils. We're going to go up her arm here, just because it's really easy to erase the pan pastel. Not so easy to erase your pencil marks, although that could also happen if you want. Just kind of putting clunk clunk the coloration where it's the darkest. Like I said, we can go in here and darken anything we want. Okay, that's an interesting shaped finger here. I don't think it should be shaped that way, but that's just me. Okay, the hand is, it should be bent a little more there. All right, we're just gonna get this tone in here. Put a little more on her face. Okay. Just putting the blending medium over all these areas. Kind of blending that a little together here. There we go. Okay. We're going to go into another color here. And let's see if I turn it upside down. Burnt sienna tint. This color on this side, and then this one we will be dipping into, and that's the burnt sienna shade color. So between these two, this is the tint first. We'll get a little darker color going here. I'm going to take my time though. This is the sienna shade going in. A little tiny bit of the blending color. Don't worry, if you get it in the hair, it can be erased out of there. Okay. We want to darken up her eye area here down to her nose. Don't worry, we can blend that in. It looks a little dark. I'll put more of a shadow on this side. If we don't like how dark that is, we'll just go over it with the blender and blend it out a little bit. Dipping into the darkest color in the group, which is the top one up here, and it is called the Burnt Sienna Extra Dark. Ooh, big color choice there. Jumping color, it's, you know, burnt sienna, burnt sienna, burnt sienna, just different shades. So if you were doing this with pencil, you could do it with light and dark pressure with the burnt sienna. Okay. Put just a bit more color in here. Okay, I'm going to bring back in a little of the tint. What was it called? The pinkish one, which is the red iron oxide tint. Because she needs a little pink in her skin here now that she's all yellow. A little in here. Gonna have to blow all this dust off of it, but go down here on the arm and put a little of that in here too. Going up this side, coming down. Tiny bit of shadowing here. Underneath her sleeve here. Kind of a muscle tone there. Right up to the other side. Okay, down here is her elbow. We want to leave that light. And just bring that color up her arm. Hand bends there. All right, now let's work on these little digits here. I think I'll be blending that one into the dog's fur. Let the blender color in there. Straight color, blender color. Got a little color left on the sponge. Okay, we kind of want to darken up under her hairline here. Blend that in. And under her lip down here. tiny bit around her eyes. And we'll throw a little of this color on her lip. Okay. Now we have these little rubber eraser things that are squishy. I think they have a name, but if they do, it's in a different language. So this is just a Faber Castell gummy eraser is what I'm going to call it. And I have to yeet it out of here. And make a point on it, and we're going to get the pan pastel out of any areas we don't want it, like in the hair here. And then you want to clean it, because if you don't, you'll just be moving pastel all over the place. Okay, if we got any on her Papa's hair here, coming down this way. If you want to add a little more shading or shadow or brightness, pop it in. You can do that. Give her a little highlight here on her neck. Maybe a little on her shoulder. A little on that lip. Maybe tip of her nose. If I can get that small enough. She's got a tiny nose. Boom. Just a tip. And then under her eye for her, like, highlight on her cheek. Up here. Okay, and just a tiny bit over here. And around her ear where I got it all over her hair. Okay. Just want to make sure we get it out of there. We're going to go down and spray it, so I don't want to get any of that anywhere here on her. So I can't color over it. Okay. Any other color I want to put in there, I got to check it first. I did take a little out here, so I'm going to put that back in. Sorry, just touching up some spots. Okay, I think that looks good enough, and I'll be right back after she dries it. Okay, we're back. She's all dry. And I thought, since I'm doing her in pastels, why don't we pull out some of my Pitt pastels, Faber Castell, and add a little extra color to her skin. So what I'm going to do is pull it down a little bit, tilt that just a tiny bit more, and we're going to put in a little color here. This particular one is 131. I'm going to say it's kind of, because they don't have names on them, so 131 is kind of a pinky peachy color. So we're going to add a little inner eye area here, kind of bring it up here, add a little into her cheek area, and then I'm just going to use my finger and kind of pull it around a little. I've never really used these in yet. I bought them to go with watercolors, but might as well see what they do here, huh? Kind of cool. Could take me forever to do this though. Gonna add a little in here. There's a hair that comes down there. Add a little more here. Let's see if we bring in a little darker. I don't know what this one is either. It's number 190. It's kind of a darker color. Probably a sienna. This is kind of fun. Just taking your time, doing little touches here and there. Yeah, touch up her hand here a little bit. I'll probably have to spray this again. That's okay. You guys ever color with pastels like this? everything here. I pulled it down quite far. Mix those two colors and see what that does. That is just a kick. Sorry. I wonder if we put a light color in here, if that would lighten that up a little bit. We're going to test that out. I don't know if I want that shadow so gray, but oh, this number is 132. Okay. Go back up here and work a little bit. Okay, we're going to see about a white. I know I have a white in here, white-ish color at least. Might be yellow, let's see. Ivory would be okay, but I want white. 101. Just kind of lighten up the gray, not a whole lot though. Let's put some color back there. What else do we got here? I'm sorry, you get to follow me while I play. It's a darker brown. I don't know how dark that is though. This one is 177. The ear is bugging me, so I gotta figure out how to do her ear. Hold on a second. Okay, we're gonna try to darken this area up here. And then that ear kind of is under her hair, so bring a little of that down. Soften it up a little bit. Take a little of the white, highlight that area and up here. That looks just a tiny bit better. I love being able to move this around after I put it down. Kind of smooth it out a little bit. That is a kick. I like that a lot. Okay, we'll find a pinkish color and put some on her cheek. If I can find a nice soft pink in here. It's not bright. I don't think I swatched these. I don't know if I did or not. Let's get a little card here. Here we go. I save these from when I do my cards. That is not pink. That is way red. Yeah, That might work. Nothing else lighter than that. I don't think you're any lighter. You're darker. And you're oranger. The rest of these look like they're pretty dark. Yeah, purple. So this is my bet for pink. Okay. I'll put a little pink on her cheeks. So we gotta turn her. Okay, clean finger. Yeah, give her just a touch more of that. Cool. Just a touch in there too. A little touch in her eye over here. Do a little in her nose. I'm going to do fingernails in that too. And no thumbnail. And let's see, her lips. Why not? Cool. Maybe a touch on her shoulder here. Little tiny pink over here. Awesome. Okay, I think I'll go down and spray that just in case I need to, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, I've been looking up Afghans, and they come in a variety of colors. They can be black, brown, blonde, multicolored, blah 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 blah. So I'm going to do mine kind of in a black nose going up into a lighter color, and their hair actually starts right about here that comes down, so I may bring in some longer lines into the ear area, and then it'll be kind of a lighter color here coming down into black tips on the ears, and then a lighter color coming down the chest. I have not figured out the gal yet until I get the dog colored, what color I want her hair. It would be kind of not good if I mixed their hair together, so I'm going to do the doggy first. This will make my hubby really happy. I'm coloring in a doggy. So we're going to get down to the doggy's snout. I even may turn this a little bit so I can get the hairline going the way I want. So I'm going to do a little bit of brown in with the black because we're going to go up into the brown areas. So I'm going to pull out every single brown pencil I have. They are my smallest pencils in my Polychromos, by the way. because I use them a lot. Trees, fur, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I'm pulling them all out. Ones I'll use, I'll leave out on my desk and leave in the description box down below. We're going to start off with the black and get his little nosy here. Even though it is black, we're going to color over that black because it's not black enough. It's kind of a print gray, so we're going to get that taken care of first. Okay, I might want to sharpen that too. I know, bad sounds. Dog fur. I have a reference picture up here, but this picture is not terribly big. Can I get bigger? I don't think I can. Okay, so we're just gonna take little tiny hairs here, going in the shadow lines that we already have, and then lightly coming down the face. Going to go to right about here with the black. There'll be a light color coming up here, so we'll just start down in here, little tiny hairs. They're kind of a smooth snouted puppy. And then we get into the long, gorgeous hair that these guys have. So we're going to have some of that coming down. She's got lines going up. I have to have lines going down. So we're just going to go on top of that and pull those lines in the opposite direction. And around the eye here is going to be dark, so we're going to pull some of that fur down. And up. I have this hair meet the hair coming up. Okay. This is going to take a long time, so I'm going to do a little on the face. I'll probably get up to the eyes. I'm going to have to make some longer hairs here So I'm going to use some of her lines she's got here. But they have this hair that kind of falls down over their face, long hair. So we're going to add some of those long lines in here. The ear kind of just blends into the hair. So we're going to pull some of those lines right up. And kind of meld that ear into the hair. Like that. Okay. There. That'll kind of work. I'm going to get back on the nosy here. See the nosy, right? And his mouth is buried in her hair, so we're just going to bring up some fur here. Okay, we're going to throw a little of the browns in it now. We're going to go in with a little burnt umber, some walnut and everything, just to get a little of the brown tones in here. Two tiny little strokes. If you want sharp little points, keep turning your pencil around so you get that little edge that you're working on to get you those tiny little lines. Okay, I'm going to turn it back a little bit this way. Okay, starting to look a little bit like a doggy. Gonna need a little cream, I think. We need to make sure his eye here stays a little brighter. So I'm gonna stick some cream in there. Just so it will stay that color. And we'll still go over it, but I want that to be a lighter color. Right in there. And we'll put a little bit of it here where we want a nice light color coming up to his forehead. And then right into that long hair, we want some of that. So now where I'm going, we're going to want one of these hairs up here, nice and long too. Okay, let's see, maybe a little of that down in here. Doing a touch in here too, so we'll make sure that hair comes down in here. Okay, another color. This one is raw umber. We're just gonna throw it in here too. Okay, right around the eye area up here. Okay, then we're going to find the walnut brown. It's in here somewhere. Dark sepia. Didn't leave walnut brown in here, did I? No, then it should be out here. There it is. Sharpen that up. Throw a little of that in there. We're going to go back in with black. Darken her eye there. I'm going to just softly go over this area. Okay, we're getting there. I'm going to bring in, because I want to spend a year and a half doing all this, some black soot. Oh, dropped them all. Distress ink. Then we're going to put a little on that. I should make sure it's black that I'm using here. Right, if it's not black, it's got some gray in it. And we're just going to go in here and softly put that in. Deepen it right here on the snout area. Right under there. That'll just save me a lot of time putting in the black. Okay. Go back in and you can put in your little lines. You'll still see them. And you can also bring in a little bit of the cream. And put in some little hairs in here to highlight them. It's still a little wet, so you gotta wait a little bit. At least I do. Then go back over them. knocks them down a little bit. Okay, up towards the top here, we want to bring in that cream, a little cream down in here, and around his eye here. Okay. Now we're going to bring in some, not quite sure what, oop, so sorry, white. We have like a little eyebrowy type thing here, so we want to keep that in this area. Bring down some long strands of hair here. I'll be coloring those in a bit. Just want to make sure that they stay white. We're also going to bring one down here across her hand, her finger here. So we have to put that in. Something like that. Okay. Get the book out of the pencil case. We'll be coloring those in a little darker down here. This is the Walnut Brown that I'm using. Okay. Bring in the white up here at the top. Bring in some highlights up here, which I might do with the chalk pastel too. Don't know how well that'll go over pencil, but I was hoping it would go over the gray. Yeah, who knows. Anyway, we'll see what it does. This is just the ivory that I have here that we're going to blend up some of this color with. Okay. Just going to go back and forth between the ivory and the white. Soften up his fur a little bit. Sharpen that tip. Whoop, break that tip. Some little tiny hairs in here. Then go back in with the black and darken some of that up. Teeny tiny little hairs. Okay, well that's what we have so far, and I'm going to have to call it because it's getting a little long. When we come back, we will finish up the puppy side, and then we'll figure out her hair a little bit later. But this is what we got so far. So I really hope you guys are enjoying. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in part 2. Take care, everyone. Bye now.